If you are a kind of high-achieving, goal-oriented person, you've probably used to running into obstacles. Most of the time, we deal with these obstacles by persevering. Most inspirational writing says, quitters never win, and winners never quit. Bad advice. Winners quit all the time. They just quit the right stuff at the right time. Most people quit. They just don't quit successfully. Society assumes you're going to quit, and they count on it. Many professions and marketplaces profit from quitters. Extraordinary benefits accrue to the tiny majority of people who are able to push just a tiny bit longer than others. But extraordinary benefits also accrue to the tiny majority with the guts to quit early and refocus their efforts on something new. It's about being the best in the world. About getting through the hard stuff and coming out on the other side. Quit the wrong stuff. Stick with the right stuff. Have the guts to do one or the other. Our culture celebrates superstars. We reward the product or the song or the organization or the employee that is number one. With limited time and opportunity to experiment, we intentionally narrow our choices to those at the top. You are not the only person who looks for the best choice. Everyone does. As a result, the rewards for being the best are enormous. Being at the top matters because there's room at the top for only a few. Scarcity makes being at the top worth something. If you are not going to put the effort to be the best, why bother? Are you hoping to become a success because you're the only one being considered? The reason that big companies almost always fail when they try to enter new markets is their willingness to compromise. They figure that because they are big and powerful, they can settle, do less, stop improvising before it is truly remarkable. They compromise to avoid offending other divisions or to minimize their exposure. So they fail. They fail because they don't know when to quit and when to refuse to settle. In school, we tell kids that once something gets too hard, move on and focus on the next thing. While taking tests, we were told to skim through the questions and answer the easiest ones first, skipping the ones you don't know immediately. These are not good advice if you want to be the best at something. You can't skip the things you don't know. In fact, the people who are the best in the world specialize at getting really good at the questions they don't know. The people who skip the hard questions are in the majority, but they are not in demand. In a free market, we reward the exceptional. Most people will tell you that you need to persevere. To try harder, put in more hours, get more training, and work hard. But if all you need to succeed is not to quit, then why do we see individuals who are less talented win, or organizations less motivated succeed? The key to success is strategic quitting. It involves understanding the architecture of quitting. There are two curves that define almost any type of situation facing you as you try to accomplish something. The first is called the dip. At the beginning, when you first start something, it's fun, interesting, and you get plenty of good feedback from the people around you. Over the next few days and weeks, the rapid learning you experience keeps you going. Whatever your new thing is, it's easy to stay engaged in it. And then the dip happens. The dip is the long slog between starting and mastery. It's the difference between the easy beginner technique and the more useful expert approach. It's the long stretch between beginner's luck and real accomplishment. Successful people don't just ride out the dip. They push harder, changing the rules as they go. The dead end is a situation where you work and nothing much changes. It doesn't get a lot better, it doesn't get a lot worse, it just is. You just have to realize it exists, and when you find one, you need to get off it, fast. That's because a dead end is keeping you from doing something else. The opportunity cost of investing your life in something that's not going to get better is just too high. In any situation, you must realize what type of curve you are in. Stick with the dips, and quit the dead ends.